Here is our friend Wolfie again with some bullshit. He debunked his own shit.
A physical representation of the shape of a flat Earth. If you understand that these maps are actually projections from the globe,
I'm glad you understand that.
you can understand why there are so many distortions of the continents south of the equator. Where the mistake lies is when people try to tell you that this is actually what the physical Earth looks like, because there are so many mistakes with it. And what I plan to do in a series of videos is just identify some of those, aside from obvious things such as the ridiculous width of Australia compared to the USA and different flight paths that just simply don't work correctly.
So you're telling the flight paths don't work? So first you're telling us this is a representation of the globe, and then you're telling us the flight paths don't work correctly. How do you use it? Because they seem to work perfectly when you use the coordinate system, latitude and longitude, and calculate the distances. You must know that as a pilot, I will show you how to use a coordinate system, because as a pilot you don't understand that, how to navigate on the coordinates. So you're familiar with Perth and the latitude and longitude, and Brisbane, 2 airports. Here is the distance. And let's move to Perth, which is on 115, almost 116 longitude. So that would be around here. And it will be the 31st latitude south. So that would be around here somewhere. Let's go to Brisbane airport now. I will zoom in a little bit so I can adjust the pivot point. I will zoom out again. Brisbane, 27 latitude south and 153rd longitude. That would be around here somewhere. And then the 27th longitude, that would be around here, this area. Let's now remove this black overlay. Oh wow, it's a perfect match. You see that, Wolfie? Everything matches up. Each location on the whole map. So it's easy to navigate in straight lines. And by doing this, we know the distances and on the latitude and longitudes, we can calculate the distance between those two places. I'm here in the National Hurricane Center from the US government, and I put in all this latitude and longitude data from both airports, and we can calculate it. I already did it. We can see here the distance, 2,200 miles or 3,600 kilometers. I already computed 2,240 statue miles, kilometer 3605. That's only 2 kilometers off, and this is like 35 miles off, according to the coordinate system. We can navigate blindly on this map, like I show in my videos. All the distances are correct. From Buenos Aires to Frankfurt, and then to Dubai, and then to Cape Town. This is the flight route, and each and every coordinate matches the globe. So how can you say flight routes don't work properly? I think this is properly, idiot. And why you never fly from South Africa to South America? You can pick up people here in Frankfurt and in Dubai and in South Africa, and then fly this much shorter piece to Buenos Aires. This is a way longer traject. You're just full of shit, Wolfie. You talk like the flat earthers. Flight routes don't work. This is how it looks on your Google Globe.
Google Earth.
And this is how it looks on a fold open globe. It looks way better. You don't fly backwards and upside down and flying to the south. You don't sit with your head down. So tell me why this flight route seems not okay for you. It looks better than on a globe. Don't you see that? Retard. And now you're going to do an experiment with a drone and a flat earth map. But you know, you're gonna experiment the 3,000 mile sun, 3,000 mile high and 3,000 miles away. That's the 33, but that doesn't matter. But who came up with that 3,000 mile sun? That's your friends group did that. People like Juranism, you know, the one you're doing battles with. So he made up that 3,000 mile sun, which I already debunked many times. So you can play in on it. This is what you guys do. You know, he feed you and you feed him. It's your teammate who came up with this shit. So I'm going to tell you in short what he's going to do. He take this on a field outside, he measure the size and calculated that 3,000 mile sun and height must be, and then he let that drone circle over the equator during the equinox, and then we can see the drone never sets. But he is also doing this experiment wrong, because to model it up on the equinox you have to do whole different things.
So the drone is once again circling, and it's circling at a height of 3 meters and a radius of 6 meters around that orange case. So it's simulating the motion of the sun on the equinox, and the viewing position is simulating Sydney, Australia. So there's midday, and then the drone is going to move away, and what we're looking for specifically is, will the sun appear to set?
No, of course not, because your friends made it up. But you're doing it wrong. I show you how to do it. So your friends came up with this 3000 mile sun idea. And so you can play with your tiny drone and make it circle over the equator. Yeah, that's easy to make flat earthers look even more stupid. But I don't understand why you don't debunk it like this. This is a better way. We have at the equinox sunrises 90 degrees east everywhere on the same longitude with only a couple of minutes in between. So it would be east for each location. You know, if the sun travels over the equator in your model and on this 3000 mile sun model, then east cannot be east anymore, because 90 degrees east for Australia is this last drone. And east for the people on the equator is this drone. But for the people in South Africa, east is this drone. You understand? But I know why you don't point this out. Because this don't work on a globe. This is 90 degrees east during the equinox, sunrise, with only 3 minutes in between sunrises over this whole longitude line. You cannot triangulate it. So those tiny experiments are nice to make yourself look stupid. This represents the globe. And just like the globe, you cannot have 90 degrees east sunrises within a couple of minutes. You understand that, Mr. Wolfie? You're playing games. You are a fucking retard. It's impossible to have a 90 degrees east sunrise everywhere. Your tiny model, your globe model, falls apart with the directions of the sun. Piece of shit. I just show you don't know much about navigation and don't know how to model up things. You must be a retard and a Google Globe fanboy.
Google Earth.
And you mess it up with the Bratwurst lighthouse zoom, which was 24 kilometers away, while filming a bulge of water instead of filming the curve. This simple trigonometry from the Navy tells us your lighthouse was not more than 4 miles away. That's like 6 kilometers. If we use simple science, from an object 100 feet tall, we can calculate the distance. You're just a fraud. And why you don't come on my yesterday's video and the one before that? Are you hiding for me? Send your fucking trolls here and make some comments if you dare. Show the people how smart you are. You know, you look so smart. Because the rest is dumber. That is why. That's the only reason. You're just a tiny faggot. From down under. Piece of shit. I made this first video of this series trollable. And I had a shitload of trolls, including you, in my channel. You can still find your comments, of course. Then I made this one and didn't see you. Nobody debunked it, not even some of your trolls. Then I made this one. I don't see you. From the Bratwurst Lighthouse. And I made this one. And I don't see you. You have a selective tiny brain. And you know, I don't see your flat earth friends here. You know, I can name a couple, but I can also name them all. They don't support me debunking your shit. Because when they use this, you have to close up your channel. If everybody share this. And you like to do battles with Jewy Reds. I'm banned on his channel. Because I called Orphan Red a piece of shit. But Wolfie and Tim Osman are still welcome. This is how team shields work. Nobody debunked the globe like me. And that's why they don't like me, because I don't fit in any team. My space debunk videos are one of a kind. I don't do repeating, it's all my own stuff, my own finds. Everything I do at my channel can be done by anyone. Everything. Just look into things a little bit longer than 3 seconds. I have more than 1,000 videos on 4 channels. I cover many stuff. More than all those idiots show. They don't want you to wake up. They want to keep you asleep. Piece of shit. Yesterday I showed you those sun jumps. Which don't occur in Australia. But can occur here. And we can find the same with the moon on this spot. Over 20 kilometers we see some moon jumps. Just like the sun. And here in Cuba we find some more. And I think the moon do that also here. Let's jump to the moon. Yes, the moon do the same here. And here on 155 longitude we can find one. We can do this also for the moon, I think. The moon always points to the same location. Hold on, what was this? Hey, this is funny. I found another one. Whoa! This is on 327 azimuth. To 10 azimuth, that is 50 degrees difference. You have to make it work before people see it. This is why they do this, because they cannot fix all data. But they have to make sure when people see it, it's correct with the data. And here above the oceans, they can do everything. Areas where don't live too much people. You know, they keep all of Africa stupid. All kinds of things happen when people see it. So it would be logic the people here see this moon. From the east of Australia here, they look at the moon. And then suddenly it makes a huge jump. This is not what people see. This moon becomes visible somewhere here. And then when we move it over land, people see it. Oh shit. Everywhere we see jumps. Let's see if we find one over land. Holy shit. Over how much kilometer is that? That is 100 kilometer. And the azimuth is 20 degrees. And here 306. That's a huge jump. Here we can find this everywhere. And you know, because everything is local. The people here cannot see this moon here. They look to their own moon. Not this moon, otherwise they would see a jump. Each data is correct for each location. It doesn't matter how small you take it. This moon not covers all of Australia. No, it's all local. Here another one over the ocean. They have to make things fit before people see it locally. Here. You can find this everywhere. Let me do it one more time with the moon. Yes, the moon do it also. It's all local data. Anyways, maybe you can install the app on your phone, or on your you can go on the website, of course, and play with it. It's amazing how they get away with this. Here, one in Africa. That's 20 kilometers. Not even. It's everywhere. Thanks US Naval Observatory to show us the truth. Piece of shit.
1800 hours, which is just at the point where the bottom of the sun touches the ocean. So I specifically chose that time and that direction just to see how accurately the precise direction of the sun setting is 277.72 degrees. Now that's at 1800 hours, which is just at the point where the bottom of the sun touches the ocean. So I specifically chose that time and that direction just to see how accurately the sun calc and Google Earth would match up to the real sunset.
Which sun are you watching, Wolfie? This one? Or this one? From near Perth. Yeah, right. One sun and a spinning ball. Piece of shit. You're just a deceiver. You don't show people how those apps work, and that they show local data for each area. It doesn't matter how small you make it.
Traffic to Luna. All clear. Over.
Roger. Tell them to stand by and count off the firing. Stand by for count.
Check.
Pick up count off at 3, 4, 9, 30.
Count off at 3, 4, 9, 30.
Check my wells.
Dry well.
30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, fire!
Traffic to Luna. All clear. Over.
Roger. Tell them to stand by and count off the firing. Stand by for count.
Check.
Pick up count off at 34930.
Count off at 3, 4, 9, 30.
Check my wells.
Dry well.